Have you ever noticed how the same tone that gets a man called decisive gets a woman labeled difficult? Think about it. You probably don't have to think too hard, huh? Or when you speak up clearly, someone calls it attitude. Or when you set a boundary, clearly drawing a line in the sand, it suddenly becomes aggressive. And if you're a woman of color, you know specifically what that feels like. The labels get sharper, faster, and louder. You hear, she's angry, she's too much, she's intimidating, she's hard to work with. Here's the thing, it's not that you're too confident. It's that some people were never taught to see confidence in a woman, especially a woman of color, as normal. Now, some people that might be hard to hear, but it's the truth. And when that happens, you stop being heard and start being labeled. If that feels way too familiar, I need you to know you're not alone. There's so many women like us that have dealt with that tension too. I'm Lonnie, nurse turned leadership psychology doctoral student, and this is Becoming Her series, where leadership foundations for women who are rising in spaces that weren't always made for us. If you've ever been told you're too much, too direct, or intimidating, if someone's ever called you bossy when they really meant leader, this episode is for you. Because we're not just talking about confidence today. We're talking about the biases that decide who's allowed to show it and who gets punished for it. Let's start with the truth. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's alignment. It's alignment. It's the grounded belief that your voice has value, that you belong in the room, that your perspective matters. Because even if no one says it, it does. And you don't need to shrink to prove it. But here's what most of us learned early and still believe now: to dilute our voice, to soften the truth so it doesn't ruffle feathers, to smile more, speak less, and take up less space, because that's what makes others feel comfortable. And if you're a woman of color, that calibration is even heavier, because you're not just navigating feedback, you're navigating history. Despite what people think, history has a big part in this. You're carrying the weight of stereotypes that were never yours to begin with. Stereotypes that paint you as aggressive when you're assertive, emotional when you're passionate, not a team player when you advocate for yourself. Bias doesn't always show up loud. Sometimes it sounds calm or even polite. We call that microaggressions. Like, she's a bit intense. Maybe tone it down. I'm just not sure she's ready yet. What's really happening though? Your confidence isn't being mistranslated. And you're left second-guessing yourself, wondering if you're the problem when the real issue isn't you. So let's talk about how to hold your confidence steady, even in rooms that misread it, misjudge it, or try to even shrink it and you. Because we know that's the most important part here. Here are 3 tools to help you stay rooted in your power and your strength, and not in someone else's comfort, because that's not what we're here for. Tool number 1. Separate confidence from comfort. Here's something I need you to internalize. Other people's discomfort is not proof you did something wrong. Let's say that again, okay? Not proof you did something wrong. When someone reacts to your confidence, when they call you too direct or say you're coming on too strong, that's often about their conditioning, not your delivery. So before you internalize their discomfort, ask yourself, am I being clear or am I trying to be liked? Because there's a difference. When you choose clarity over comfort, you shift from self-protection to self-possession. I know that sounds like a play upon words like poetry, but my point is you can't control someone's bias. You can't dismantle decades of conditioning in a single conversation. But what you can do is stay rooted in your truth. After you get tough feedback, pause and ask yourself, what part of this is useful? And what part is projection? That keeps you learning without minimizing or shrinking yourself. That keeps you open without losing yourself. And that's really important. Tool 2, lead with care. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a doormat to be heard. Not at all. That's not what I'm saying, because you don't. But confidence does land best when it's anchored in something I call care. C-A-R-E, clarity, accountability, respect, and empathy. It's the difference between saying, I don't think that'll work, and saying, let's explore another option that aligns with our goal. Same message, different energy. That's confidence with care. Firm, not harsh. Clear and not cold. You don't have to perform humility to be heard. You don't have to apologize for knowing what you know. You just need presence with purpose so people can actually listen and hear you. And here's the beautiful part. When you lead with care, you take away their excuse to label you. Others still will, and that's okay. But the point is, they can't call you aggressive when you're being direct and respectful. They can't call you emotional when you're being, passionate and strategic. You make it harder for bias to stick. And I understand some people are just tools, and no matter what you do, they're not gonna listen to you. They're not gonna see you as a woman who's in a place to lead. But the point is, you're still presenting your best self. Tool 3, rebuild your reference point. And this is a big one. Your confidence cannot depend on other people's reactions. If your sense of confidence rises and falls based on who approves of you, if it shifts every time someone questions your tone or your approach, you'll spend your entire life chasing permission, validation, and approval. So here's the new question. Ask yourself, did I speak with truth, integrity, and purpose? Start there. If yes, you led, period. Not you tried, not you almost got it right. You led, and own that. Because someone else's discomfort doesn't erase that. Someone else's bias doesn't diminish that. Confidence isn't the absence of doubt, and it's not feeling sure all the time. Confidence is a decision to move through the doubt without shrinking. I want you to do something for me. Think of one time you played smaller to seem more approachable, when you constricted yourself to make yourself more palatable and more safe. What would it look like to show up next time as your whole self, even if it makes someone else uncomfortable? Because confidence isn't about volume. It's not about being the loudest voice in the room. That's not necessary. It's about alignment with truth, with your inner truth and who you truly are. And the world needs more women, especially more women of color who refuse to dim their light. I appreciate you for watching, and if this resonated, please hit subscribe. Stay with me on this journey, because we don't need less confidence, we need more understanding of how bias frames it. And if you want a practical tool to help you navigate those moments when your confidence gets misread, download my free CARE framework. It's a quick guide for clear, confident workplace conversation, and I will make sure the link's in the description. And listen, share this video with another woman who's ever been labeled instead of listened to, because I'm sure we all know someone. Let's rewrite what confidence looks like for women who lead, especially those of us who've been told we're too much when we're just being enough. Because I want you to know there's a place for you here. Now, next up in our Becoming Her series, we're closing this series with episode 5, Finding Your Leadership Voice, How to Speak with Power, Presence, and Authenticity in Rooms That Weren't Built for You Yet. I like saying that, yet, because your voice matters, and it's time to use it like you know it does. I'll see you in the next one.